Welcome to Florida Man on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. I just want to say, before going into that intro, I just gave Cameron the talk to the hand.
Yeah, super rude.
Right up in that face.
Right. I haven't had that since like 2002.
Okay, so the intro music was playing. He's still jabbering about chicken nuggets.
No, chicken tendies.
Chicken tenders,
chicken tendies. And I gave him a talk to the hand. And it worked. He got real quiet.
Well, the quiet part was him mouthing that he was looking for tendies in the dark.
Yeah, I went to the movie theater for the first time the other day.
Come on.
Since 2019.
Congratulations.
Okay, and I got some chicken tenders because like that's a thing at movie theaters now.
Right.
Like, full meals and drinks.
Right.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
But it was so dark in there.
How dark was it?
It was so dark that I couldn't see anything that I was eating. So I was just like hoping to find chicken tenders like in my lap.
There was no sauce variety in like
there was,
cups?
but then that's like a no-no. You don't want to put your hand,
licking.
you don't want to put the finger in sauce. So.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Now, things have changed with movie culture post-COVID.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, I used to finger sauce all the time.
Right. You
to make sure
that
that I had
to your neighbor's sauce.
Make sure I had the right flavor.
Right.
But now you can't.
Yeah. It's just a test.
No. Yeah. Parmesan garlic doesn't want to be fingered.
Hey, if you're listening to this, episode 132, message us either on the website or on social media and let us know what is your first film that you're seeing after COVID.
Please.
Like you're back in theaters, things are opening up. Let us know what you're watching. We want to know. And then headlines, I think is where we're heading.
I hope so.
Is that where we're heading? Okay.
Okay, headlines. All right, so let's start off with some alligator chat.
Come on.
All right.
What's that sound like?
Anyways, right now, okay, currently, while we were recording this is alligator mating season.
Nice.
Right? So if you are in Florida, okay, you need to be careful of the alligators. April is like a courting time for alligators.
Nice. Right.
Okay, this is from the article.
Right.
I'm not saying it was not.
This is official. They court, they date. All right, you bring nice gifts to your lady alligator friend.
Nice. A dowry, maybe?
Right, a dowry. She approves or disapproves. And then in May, okay, it's mating season.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have their little alligator hatching, their little alligators hatching in August. All right, well, right now is a dangerous time, okay, to play with alligators.
Yeah.
And we've had multiple people that have found this out.
Just right now.
Just right now. Yeah. It's very educational. But Jeffrey Heim, 25 years old, he frequently dives in Florida.
Nice.
In Florida rivers. He's actually a spear fisherman as well. But he dives in Florida rivers looking for fossilized megalodon shark teeth.
Oh, those will bring you a couple grand, right?
Okay, I honestly don't know, but they sound super cool.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, it's something that he does like in his pastime. Like I said, he's actually a commercial spear fisherman. So, like in his off time, he likes to dive for.
How many spears can you
shark
find?
Teeth.
You know,
3
at the most.
So he was doing this in a river, Mayaca River, and he had only been in there for about a minute this day. When he was diving, and then he came up for air, and he immediately felt like a boat hit him on the back of the head.
Wow.
Okay, so he literally thought a boat ran him over.
Did he have his dive flag
prop
up?
I don't know. Like the prop of the engine like hit him in the back of the head.
Right.
He looked back, an alligator had bit onto his skull.
Yeah.
And so he was able. Luckily, the alligator let him go.
Oh, that's good.
Right. But it chomped down on his head, quickly released him.
Yep.
And the alligator just stood kind of swam, floated 4 feet away from him, just looking at him.
Whoa.
Like, what are you going to do?
Did you like the way that felt? I can do it again.
Right.
He's like, stop strapping a chicken to your head. And
So anyways, he
luckily
he stayed conscious. He did not pass out. He was able to get to the shore, and witnesses were able to call 911.
Yeah.
He was just saying like luckily it didn't do a death roll or grab his arm or anything like that. Or if he had passed out, he would have drowned from it.
Yeah.
Right.
But man, anywhere else, like I don't know. I guess he'd be missing an arm or something. But because his head is so hard.
Yeah.
How hard is it?
Hard enough to survive an alligator attack.
That's crazy. Now alligators they're aggressive flirters.
Right.
So like they're ready now. Like Cameron said, they're ready
to mingle,
to get married and make love. This guy, that's how they say hello. What are you doing tonight?
Okay. Love bite.
A love bite back of the head.
Right.
Wow.
Yep.
He survives it.
Bite.
Yeah.
And
so he should just walk away from this thing and knowing that he's cute.
Now, was that an indicator that he's not like the gator style, not his tempo?
I see what you're saying. Maybe, and which honestly could be kind of hurtful. Like you survive this attack, but you're like,
wait,
you're
how
heartbroken.
I'm unattractive to you?
Right.
Have you seen yourself in the mirror?
Yeah, you scaly.
Yeah. Big grotesque monster.
Gross.
Anyways, so yeah, he says that it's probably just a female protecting eggs and things like that.
Wow.
But I kind of like Wayne's idea on it.
Yeah, a little flirt.
Little flirting.
Yeah.
A little flirting.
We all said I had a friend of mine that just moved down from Seattle. Okay. He sent me an article about a 9-foot alligator that broke into a Tampa couple's home.
Okay.
Like into their lanai kind of porch area. That 2:30 in the morning, and he sent it to me, and I think he's worried because they just moved down to Florida from Seattle.
Yeah,
they're getting all these news about alligators breaking into their houses. They live on the water, and so we want to reassure you. Yes, it is dangerous.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, it probably will happen to you.
Yes.
You got to get gator-proof screening.
You need gator-proof screening.
Yeah.
Okay, like chain mail.
Ideally.
But also the gators don't know that you're already taken. So you have to disclose that.
Yeah.
You wake up,
Paint on the side of your house. I'm already taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
lamb's blood above the door.
Ideally.
And the gator passes you over.
Right.
My problem is like the gator that I encountered, he had like a whole lock picking set with him. And I was like, dude, it's not even your yeah, it was he. It's not even your house. And he's like, I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. Here's the thing. When we went to Gatorland a couple episodes ago, we heard this obnoxious noise.
Do it?
Right.
Coming from the
That wasn't good.
And then someone said, your mama sure does like your education.
No, and when the experts at Gatorland said that's their mating call.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I feel like there's no confusion there. If you hear that and you still go forward, you get what you're asking for.
Yeah, that's weird. That's my ringtone.
Yeah.
Oh man. Our next story, we have a Florida man that is accused of killing an iguana.
That's no fun.
But
Shame.
not just killing it. I guess that he's going to court because people are saying that he not only killed it, but like he drug out the death of the iguana.
Okay.
Gross.
Why is this?
Now here's the thing. Okay.
Ugh.
Here's what's interesting about this, because his attorney, okay, that's defending him, is claiming stand your ground.
Oh, get the crap out of here.
This is covered by stand your ground law.
I want to hear it.
All right, so the stand your ground law in Florida is, basically the right to defend yourself, okay, against a human that is trying to kill you or cause you bodily harm.
Keyword.
You feel threatened.
Right. So they're saying, well, it's an iguana. It's not a person, and he actually went to the iguana, which was he said that it was in the road and he was trying to save it. But then he was worried because the iguana tried to bite him and he thought it was venomous.
Okay.
So he thought if he killed it, then the hospital would be able to get basically get the anti-venom to save his life.
Wait. You can't be bitten by an iguana?
No.
You can, but they're not venomous.
So who's getting the anti-venom?
Nobody.
Nobody. There is no anti-venom.
This guy's a murderer, and he made up the excuse.
Right. And so he's saying, he's got 22 staples in his arm because he actually did get bit pretty good.
Well, yeah.
But
Dude's
leave
just
it
sunbathing
alone.
in the
You're
street.
literally just messing with it in the middle of the road.
If I'm sunbathing and you touch me, touch my
Right.
belly, I'm biting you.
Well, I'm gonna
easily.
say, I'm gonna punch you and say I was standing my ground. Because
I'm going to throw
100%.
some bows.
Yeah.
All right. So I could get there, like, stand your ground, bad defense.
Right.
But iguana's tails, they grow back, right?
I
And
don't know.
iguana's tail's a
Why are
leg.
you trying to pull their tail off?
Iguana tail's like a luxury food item, right?
What?
So if you just keep a couple, dob them off, right?
You're
Take
saying
that tail.
they're
Where
gonna
is this going?
They're gonna
I'm
grow,
hungry.
They're going to grow
That's
back
what
no
I'm
harm,
saying.
no foul
Yes.
is what you're saying.
Okay.
That's what Josh is saying.
I don't know about that.
I think the shame comes from the attorney who's using a stand your ground law
right.
when it doesn't apply to a very small creature.
And that it's okay to keep a few iguanas,
Right.
pop their tails off, eat them, wait for them to grow back and eat them again.
I don't give you permission to do that.
That's what you're saying.
I don't give you permission to do that.
Oh, all right. So our next one, we have a Florida man, Jacksonville officer.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, who was seen driving his marked police cruiser.
Here we go. To save somebody.
Right. One morning, and he was hitting some cones. Okay.
Yep.
Which he was not supposed to be hitting these cones. So witnesses called the police. Okay. And this guy agreed to a breathalyzer.
I thought
And
this guy
he
answered the call.
was arrested.
I'll be there.
I'll be there in a second. He was arrested for DUI,
Oof.
being drunk while driving his marked police cruiser.
Okay.
And here's the thing: it says that he blew well over a .08,
Yep.
but anything over 0 is not permitted while driving
Amen.
a
Marked
police
car.
cruiser.
Yeah.
Amen.
Right.
Well, that's a good law to have.
Yeah.
I feel like that's strong for
And he's
sure.
like, I'm standing my ground.
Is there anything scarier than a drunk cop?
I don't know. Honestly,
Two
that's
drunk cops?
I guess so.
too drunk. Yeah. But anyways, he was saying that he hadn't drank that morning. It was just
Residual.
residual
From the day before?
from the night before.
Would you drink moonshine, my guy?
A lot,
Intravenously.
a lot of it.
I guess so.
All right, our next story, we have a Florida man who is being chased by deputies, and basically there was like this 40-minute car chase
Okay.
from this guy. All right, and they were trying to pull him over. They attempted to pull him over like for a traffic stop, and then he took off, and so they're driving for 40 minutes trying to get him. Well, eventually they were able to kind of corner him.
Yeah.
He hops out, okay, starts running, but before he runs away on foot, he throws a 2-year-old baby at the deputies.
What?
And then
Well, that's
and then runs away,
That's the weirdest.
and immediately is caught. But he threw a 2-month-old baby.
2-month-old. Okay.
2-month-old
like a 2-year-old,
baby.
I can be like, okay. I mean, they get kind of mouthy.
2-month-old son who had been in the car with him this entire time threw the child in the direction of a deputy.
Ah.
Luckily, the deputy was able to catch the child and take him to safety, and the baby was not hurt.
That's scary, actually.
That's terrifying.
So we go bad officer to good officer. All right.
I love. Here's the thing, though, dude. Like that's such a crazy thing. Like, I don't know.
Thank goodness he caught it.
It is, but here's the thing: that if you could pick a job where you never know what's going to come at you from minute to minute,
right.
Yeah.
I
Garbage man.
well, what other job are you going to have where you have the chance of pursuing somebody? You're, who knows what's going to happen in that scenario, and the person throws a baby at you.
That's insane.
Baby's
You know what
got to
I
be the
mean?
last thing you
A
expect.
2-month-old.
right, exactly.
like almost a newborn just flying through the air at you.
That's so crazy. Now the person that threw it, he's in jail, and
Yeah, I mean, obviously he got I don't even remember what it said, like it was just a traffic stop, but now he's getting like 2 felony charges of child abuse.
oh, for sure.
And then, escaping the cop with the police with violence, aggravated assault. And so
Is tossing a baby illegal? I mean, as
It
opposed
depends-
to like handing it off
it depends
quickly.
on the spirit of the toss.
Okay.
Like I toss my children
right.
to like a babysitter or
Yeah.
to like if I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
Here,
You've
catch.
tossed me your baby before.
Toss me your baby.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But it's the spirit of it is what counts.
Okay. So
It's all in good fun, not
Right.
trying to escape a situation.
100%.
if you say, hey, catch, does that make it better?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Because you give them a heads up.
Got it.
If you surprise baby
Yikes.
against the law,
Okay.
Yeah,
cool,
you go
cool, cool.
straight to
jail.
jail.
I got to know these things.
All right, so our next Florida man, let's just say that we can put that father in the shame corner.
Oh,
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
Right.
Unspoken.
Yeah.
All right, let's put another father in the shame corner.
Yes.
Ooh,
All right, so we have a Miami man who was arrested after taking his 10-year-old son to shoot up a home in Opelika.
Okay.
Now, let
Yes.
me break this down. The son was the one that wanted to go do the shoot 'em up at a house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
All right.
10-year-old says to you, I want to
I want to go shoot up a house, but it was a paintball. Okay, it's a paintball gun.
Okay.
He wants to go do the
prank some
surprise prank some. Here's the thing: they pull up,
Yeah.
and the dad agrees to it. This is at one Sunday night.
Yeah.
5:30 p.m. So it's still daylight.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. But they pull up and the dad opens the van door.
Hold on.
And the son just sticks out and goes pop, 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 pop,
Okay.
but into a crowd of people in somebody's front yard.
Wow.
All right. I'm no dad.
Right.
But if my kid comes to me and is like, let me blast some,
Right.
Right.
I'm going to call over to the house and be like, listen, I'm heading over.
True.
Thanks for taking part in this fun time.
Do me a favor. Help me impress my kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody go down.
And then, and we'll come over and clean up the paintballs.
Exactly.
afterwards. Right.
With the
So
hose.
wait a minute. So what was the verdict on? I mean, obviously the dad should be
Did a
held
no-no.
accountable, but the 10-year-old, what's that charge like?
Oh, well, he was shot by somebody in the crowd that pulled out a real gun.
Oh my
Hold on.
gosh.
So not a paintball. This wasn't a paintball party.
Here's the
he
thing.
wasn't
Okay,
invited to.
listen. So
This is big.
a guy in the crowd just thought that somebody was shooting at everybody,
Yep.
which is valid.
Well, I guess if a van door slides open and
And there's shots coming from
Yeah.
it. So he shoots at the van, actually hits the kid.
Marksman of the year.
And then the dad speeds off in the van. The kid falls out of the van, out of the open
Okay.
door.
The
The
getaway
dad
driver.
leaves the kid. Okay, realizes later on that he fell out of the van and actually came back for him.
That should be
but
like
he is
10
being
feet later.
arrested. As the dad is who's being arrested, and the kid went to the hospital.
Holy moly.
There are a lot of
There's
layers to
so
this
much
pie.
to unpack from this
Yeah.
story now.
It's insane. This was sent in by multiple people this week, but yeah, it's insane. Like, how could you possibly
What's the
take?
gathering that's taking place? Why wasn't the boy invited? Why do you want to shoot him up?
right.
Yeah, I have no idea. But obviously, it's not like okay, let's say it is your son comes to you. He's
Yep.
like 10 years old though.
Right.
Yeah, he's
and
still
says,
dumb.
I want to prank some kids. But then you pull up to somebody's house and there's multiple adults and like a crowd of people.
Yep.
And you're like, have at it, son.
Yeah, and that's my dad's response to everything growing up. Default was no.
No,
Right.
And then
Yeah,
he would
for
like
good cause.
He could
Walk
think
it
about
back.
it. He
Yeah.
would walk it back later.
Yeah.
But just by default, it's no.
I know your
Absolutely.
dad, and it's a 3-hour. You got 3-hour waiting period.
Right.
A 3-hour
figure
no
out what's
cool
gonna
down
happen.
period.
Dad,
Yeah.
will you help me do a
Nope.
drive-by?
No.
3 hours later, okay, is it a real gun?
Break it down for me.
It's a paintball gun.
Yep.
What are the odds of me having? What are the odds of return fire at this
It
party?
should be 0.
Yeah.
No matter what.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
That
honestly.
is absolutely
It's so
crazy.
sad for the kid. Like, I mean, obviously,
Is, is the kid okay?
he's at. It doesn't say he's in the hospital. Yes, he's recovering.
He's
but it
going to
doesn't
lose a
say.
trigger finger, though.
He's-
The marksman was really good. Boom.
Oh man! All right, I have another one real quick. That's a little happier. Okay,
Happier than that?
Please.
yes, we have. This is from Polk County.
Wow.
We
Yikers
have
Island.
2 high school Polk County graduates
Okay.
that are being honored this week.
2 of them graduated this year.
Only 2,
Congrats, Polk.
but 2 of them are being honored
Yeah.
this week for getting perfect attendance from kindergarten to senior
nerds.
year.
Sorry, it came out. Sorry, it came out.
Josh does it every time. They're getting perfect attendance
Jesus.
from kindergarten to.
Yeah, it's called like
Senior-
get a hobby.
Yeah.
Take
no,
a sick day.
Honestly, it's insane.
that is crazy.
This was
That's
sent in
a
by
lot
a
of
few
school.
people, and just so like, hey, you should shout these people out because this is awesome. But I don't even understand how it's possible. I'm a teacher and I couldn't do it.
Amen, baby.
I mean, I know that Josh can relate to this because he probably had.
I've
perfect-
missed more days than I've gone.
I skipped a lot of school in
Yeah.
high school.
Oh man, it's pretty impressive. But
No, real-
honestly,
no,
at the same time, like.
Do colleges look at that? Or do they go,
Yeah.
okay, you're kind of.
I think so. One of the guys is also he goes to IB, okay, which is like one of the hardest types of high school
Right.
diploma that you can get.
Right.
But he's also varsity golf, football, and state winning archery team.
Okay.
All
So,
right, mate. Well, listen, congratulations,
impressive.
to both
Yeah.
of them. That's awesome. And I
Right.
think too, like that, you should be.
You'll be successful in your life.
You're gonna do well for yourself.
Right.
And we're just giving you a hard time. But I will say this: if for whatever reason, if things don't pan out for you,
Yeah.
start a podcast.
Right. And just keep showing up.
That's
Just
us.
keep showing
We've done
up,
that.
man.
Keep showing up.
We have perfect attendance for 132 episodes.
Oddly
right.
enough, we do.
We should talk about ourselves instead of these people.
Yeah.
I feel like we deserve more
Yeah.
credit.
Honestly, because you guys were out of school for like 3 months last year for COVID. So
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
you know, I I mean,
senior year doesn't count.
Do you even
lose
deserve it,
No.
honestly?
No.
Come on. They should both be suspended.
Roasted.
Suspended. Let's take back their diploma.
It's not a fishing pole.
Magnet fishing. Did you get yours?
No, I thought you were buying it. Didn't you say send me the link?
I got it.
You said you got one.
You only
I
need
did.
one.
Oh.
Hey, fellas.
Hi.
Hey, Josh.
Just to be clear, to magnet fish, you don't each need one.
Okay. So
you throw one, you pull it up.
We were having a conversation during the transition music.
Josh convinced us to order a magnet fish,
that we should go magnet
He
fishing.
texted us and said we should go magnet fishing.
and I ordered it off Amazon.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I thought we all needed a fishing set. Apparently,
No,
I'm
our magnets will just get stuck together.
oh.
Yeah, you go throw one out.
keep catching each other.
Well,
hey,
okay, I didn't know.
let me cut-
Sorry.
Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Hey.
So I got a letter.
All right.
Nice. About fishing.
No, it's not about fishing at all. Actually, I'm running out of letters. My inbox stack is just dwindling down.
okay.
Jeez. Those ones I kept putting to the bottom and I'm like, not doing.
Right.
I finally reached them and I'm not doing them.
We can tell.
So this one actually comes from Jules. Oh, and I say that so that you can message us on Instagram.
Okay.
Send me your question that I can ask these fellows.
Right.
FMOFM podcast.
That's where
Weird because plenty of people send me headlines.
do they?
Yeah. Hundreds every day.
Anyways.
It's weird that they're not sending them to you.
I haven't asked.
Oh, okay.
Now you're
Now I'm
asking.
asking.
Now
Just
Josh
wait.
is asking formally.
Just wait.
Hundreds.
So I got my final one. This one's a few months old.
Okay.
Jules from Biloxi,
Okay.
Mississippi.
Come on. Hey, Jules.
She said, hey, I just had to travel for an emergency
Right.
and had a very bad Airbnb rental experience.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Double booked. Basically, they had to go somewhere else.
Wait, what?
Right.
Double
Yeah.
booked?
Double booked.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I actually want to hear that story.
But I didn't read the rest.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jules. But if you write into FMOFM podcast on Instagram, I'll be sure to read it.
Right. 100%.
And to convey your message to the boys and to the audience.
Yeah.
Have you guys had any bad rental experiences?
Oh, for sure.
Can you make me feel better? Signed, Jules from Biloxi, Mississippi.
Jules, I've never had a good one.
Yeah.
I don't think you can.
No.
I don't usually rent property. I own it, but I
Okay.
what?
That type of flow.
Whenever we were in St. Augustine for a vacation,
Okay.
we took our kids there, and we ended up getting an Uber to go from I think downtown St. Augustine back to our room.
Okay.
And I just remember, I don't know. There's something about having your children with you when you Uber. I just felt unsafe from the get go.
Right.
I have control issues. I want to be the guy driving all the time.
Yeah. Slowly.
Yeah.
Precious cargo.
Roasted.
Amen. So we get this guy pulls up in a parking lot, and if you've ever been to downtown St. Augustine, there's not a lot of everything's like one way streets, and it's hard to get in and out. And it was a busy night. It was during the holidays, and they had like a festival of lights. So there's hundreds of
Yes,
people
that's
everywhere.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we actually tell the Uber, we're going to meet you in a parking lot. That way you can just pull in the parking lot. We'll climb in.
Cool.
You take us home.
Yeah.
Everything goes according to plan. We're in the car. He immediately makes it known that he's not using mirrors to drive at all.
How's that?
By announcing
even
it?
spoken?
So no, there's only one way in this parking lot, and it's up a hill. He reverses out without looking in the rearview mirror one time into a crowd of people. Keep in mind, I'm in the front seat.
Yikes.
So you know it's a bad night if you're in the front seat with an Uber driver.
Right.
My children, my
Sure.
wife are in the back seat.
Nice. Keep them safe.
Right. So we're reversing back, and I'm going, hey.
Nice.
And he was like, oh, sorry, in a hurry. And I'm like, yeah,
To
no,
you?
yeah, no joke,
He's
my guy.
apologizing to you.
He's already picked up other Uber jobs.
You
Like,
just squished somebody.
other passengers.
He tells me casually, yeah, I've got 4 or 5 jobs lined up. I actually do this in between jobs. He commutes,
Sure.
I guess, a long way to work. So
Okay.
he Ubers in between
Jeez.
to make extra money.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
He grinds.
Your best thing for your career, for your business, is to look at where you're going.
It's to not hit somebody.
yeah.
He
I guess
literally stopped at no stop signs. He rolls through every stop sign.
I love it.
Used 0 mirrors to drive. By the time we got home, I was like kissing my children. I'm like, I love you so much. Your dad is so
First
sorry.
time.
First
Yeah.
time.
For the first time, I said I love you in 8 years.
It's a
No,
big day.
it was terrifying, and I didn't.
But he got you where?
He did, but at what cost?
Confidence.
Mentally.
Yeah,
For you, not for him.
I went to
mean,
my therapist afterwards.
He probably would have been fine though
Did you give
if
him
you had
5
just
stars?
let him do his thing.
We didn't squish anybody or anything.
Sounds
but
like he knows the area.
I did leave an Uber like a 1-star review. Though.
Oh,
really?
That's
Yeah.
bad.
Wow,
No,
that's
that's
mean.
bad.
He almost mushed people on the road.
You don't
That-
even know if there's anybody back there.
There was a crowd of people back there, and I know for a fact one of them got ran over. But I
You
didn't.
just said he didn't squish people.
I said he didn't squish them, but he
There's
casually
a
ran him
10-year-old
Yeah,
over.
this
who just
story.
let off a couple rounds.
That's my rental story. Cameron, do you have one?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of rental stories like Airbnb and
This guy,
stuff.
he world traveler.
But I'll do a different kind. So when I was like 11,
Okay.
all right,
Yeah.
You're 7 years ago.
right, my father
Approximately.
comes to me and says, "Son,
Yeah.
you're gonna paint the house,
Okay.
the entire exterior of
No,
the
thank
house."
you.
Oh, I thought it was innuendo.
No,
You're gonna paint the house one
You're gonna
day.
paint the house, quite literally.
Okay.
It's summertime. I had just gotten out of school, so I'm like, listen, I don't have anything to
Is
do
it
all
the
summer.
first day after?
Yes.
Oh
It
my
is literally
gosh.
the Monday after.
You don't get to enjoy
school.
one day.
I don't get any time
Amen.
off, any summer vacation. And he said, "You're going to paint the house," but he said, "I'm willing.
Love it.
I'm willing to help you."
Yeah, you're the dad. You're the homeowner.
Right.
Hold on. I'm willing to help you by renting a spray gun.
That's what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
All
Okay.
right? So, instead of having to, brush everything and roll
Right.
it, because,
Right.
I don't want to brag, but we had
Like last
it
summer.
wasn't Josh's size house, but I mean,
What's that mean? Small or big?
it was smaller than your house.
okay,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Every
I mean, it
house was
good.
smaller than Josh's house.
So-
So,
say?
anyways, it's all right. I'm gonna rent this for you. So he rents, goes up to a Home Depot,
Yep.
comes back with a spray gun. I've never used one, obviously,
Of course.
and somehow he put the 11-year-old in charge.
Right.
And so I get, I have a huge bucket of paint.
Yep.
I read the instructions, put this, the spray gun thing in there, and so I'm just going to town.
Like you do.
spraying. He's
Right.
watching. He's
Okay. In the hammock with a martini.
Exactly.
Right.
And so he's watching, and I go around and I'm spraying everything.
Windows,
it's
doors.
looking great, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I don't get any paint on the windows.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It takes a little bit to dial in, but
course.
it's actually pretty
What
easy.
color paint?
I think it was like tannish, greenish.
That's a beautiful color. Tannish
Yeah.
greenish.
really,
Yeah.
really matched the grass. I don't know colors very well.
Yeah.
I know
Colorblind.
grass is that.
So your
color,
dad
though.
had a colorblind 11-year-old
right.
paint his house.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm getting to the end of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's looking beautiful.
Yeah.
Tannish.
But he said, "Come here."
Oh, God.
Like, and it's like that come here that you're in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm grounded.
So he takes me over, and I didn't realize that it was kind of a windy day.
okay.
That
Overspray.
when you're spraying, the wind literally carries
No.
paint flecks.
This is how wind
So
works.
there's little spots of paints on all of our cars. And he had a motorcycle at this
Tannish
time.
greenish.
And so there's a little bit of tannish greenish
Beautiful.
paint on his motorcycle.
Wow.
And
gosh.
so, yeah, summer was great.
How did you have to pick that off?
Oh, yeah, I just scrape it off.
Oh.
Yeah.
What an aesthetic though for all your cars to have the same tannish.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it-
Nothing says family like
it looked kind of
overspray.
cool. Yeah, we were like styling together.
you're like, Dad, I meant to.
And you match the house?
yeah, it matches the house. It looks like you belong.
Can I
I
just
love it.
can I riff on that for a second? Because here's the thing. That's such a Southern dad thing to do.
Yep.
To be like, hey, if I'm working, you're working.
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't need time off.
Or if I'm not working, you're still working.
Yes.
Oh yeah, It's
7:30.
like every Saturday morning, 7:30. Cameron,
I remember being
Time to mow
19.
the lawn.
When I moved back home from college,
Yeah.
I stayed in my parents. I had this like kind of pool room
Here he
out by
goes
the pool.
again.
And I remember like I was out all night long with my friends. I was really
Right.
popular. And
That's not true.
My dad comes back at like 7
Stuffed
a.m.
animals.
I'm like hungover, tired. And my dad's like, hey, mowing the grass,
Yep.
Yeah.
You're
You're
with
like,
me
yeah,
today.
just keep it down.
pulling some weeds. I'm
Every
like, wait,
time, dude.
what? I'm a
No.
grown man at this point.
Every time.
No, my joke for that same era was, hey guys, you know what Saturday morning cartoons are? Because I don't.
I don't
get it.
Oh.
It was even when I had people spend the night, like friends spend the night.
Yeah.
Your friends got put to work.
Yeah, or they were
went
allowed to
home.
like not do it, but they had to watch me do it. Like I couldn't play until it was done.
Such a power move.
Wow.
You're like, hey, can so-and-so spend the night? And your dad's like, is he able-bodied? What the hell? Can he carry some stones?
How
Okay.
strong is he?
Yeah, can he paint?
Yeah. Can he
Yeah.
work a spray painter?
Yeah, right.
Anywho,
Josh rented some stuff? I can't imagine you renting anything.
I had to rent a car one time.
No, you did
Well,
not.
I had wrecked a car one time.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
You wrecked a car that didn't belong to you.
No, I wrecked my car,
Okay.
and you get a rental.
I see what you're saying.
So the insurance says you go up to the old orange and or the yellow and black company. Let's just call them Hertz Donuts.
Okay, gotcha.
The color scheme is, I'm not super sure on it, but yeah.
The Hertz
I'm trying to
Donuts.
imagine.
Tan and green.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, got colorblind.
Grass colored.
So I get dropped off at the Hertz Donuts
Okay.
rental car depot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the guy's like, actually, the car that you're supposed to have hasn't
Here we
been
go.
dropped off yet.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be dropped off at 9.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, it's noon. And they're like, well, we got a call saying that they're on their way. And I'm like,
Okay. That's fine.
And he's like, got nothing else in the lot.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was under 25, so I couldn't have a sports car.
Or the 16 passenger van.
Yeah, that was a little oversized for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the semi truck.
Right.
So it was
So you're
those
sitting
things.
around waiting like a.
Yeah.
Okay.
They pull up and it's like 4 business guys, and I can tell like they hadn't had a good time together.
Right.
Because they all kind of get out different doors.
Yeah.
Like
What?
Like
a
you,
car that
like
got
you do in a
different
4-door
doors.
car.
Yeah, they were ticked.
It's not a circus. Why would you get out of the same car?
They're so mad they got to have different doors.
Wait, what? So they get back from the business conference.
But they're angry. I mean,
They're
each door
ticked.
flies
They're
open.
so angry. Okay.
And the guy comes in, the Hertz Donuts guys, and he comes in and he's like, "Hey man, do you want me to have it detailed, or you fine? You just don't take it?
Yeah, you fine.
You fine?" And I'm like, "I'm fine.
Right.
Right.
I just take."
Okay.
Right? So we do a walk around, look for dents and stuff, and we
Yeah.
do the check off.
Right.
And I get in, I get like 5 minutes down the road, and of course, like there's no gas in it.
Right.
So I'm like, ugh. I put the gas in it.
Yeah.
And while I'm filling it up, I had to come to like a sudden stop, like right before the gas station, and something hit my foot. And so while I'm filling up, I look in the floorboard, and there's a can of like spray cheese.
What?
Cheese
No.
whiz. Yeah. And so I grab it because I'm like, let me get rid of this
I'm
stuff.
hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel it. I'm like, it's pretty full. And
Yeah.
it says, there's a piece of masking tape, and it says, "Dance, do not touch."
Was Dan one of the businessmen?
I have to assume so.
Yeah.
Right. So I go in the gas station, I pay for my gas, and I get just a sleeve of Ritz crackers.
Okay, time out. I just
To
want to back up a second.
compliment the cheese.
You find a can of used
No,
cheese.
I don't know that.
You find a can of cheese in a rental
Nobody
car
can know.
that 4 businessmen just got out of.
Yeah.
So you immediately go to a gas station, fill up the car with
I
gas,
have to get
and you get a
gas.
sleeve of Ritz crackers.
Yes. All these things
I don't
actually
hate
play.
it so
Thank
far.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get a few minutes
That's
down
just
the road.
resourceful.
I get a call. Hertz Donuts.
No.
jeez.
I'm like, hello? And they're like, hey, one of the passengers in there
No.
believe they left something important. And I'm like,
No.
I didn't see anything.
Right.
Because obviously you wouldn't think spray cheese is important.
Well, yeah,
Well-
you're 2 cheeks deep in a
Oh,
can
I'm
of,
like-
of cheese at this
I'm
point.
20 crackers deep. You know how hard it is?
Just killed a
All right.
sleeve.
Hands on the steering wheel. Aerosol cheese. You have aerosol cheese onto a Ritz.
If you click it too far, you're
Yeah.
gonna
The,
get cheese
the
all over
angry
the car.
businessman is even more upset because the one thing he had going for him, a can of cheese, is now
Spray
gone.
cheese, yeah.
Right.
This wasn't like the fancy one with like bacon chunks in it.
No,
This was regular.
but
Wait,
still,
what?
a
That's
can
the
of-
fancy one?
A can of cheese is a can of cheese, though.
So I drive back thinking, okay, maybe in the pockets
Okay.
are keys or a phone or something.
Wait, you're driving back to the donut place.
The Hertz Donuts. Because
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
always,
because they said they forgot something. They didn't
Important.
say it was the can
No,
of
no,
cheese.
no.
I see.
and so I'm thinking, all right, it's the stuff. It's in the back pockets.
Right.
Right. There's a wallet.
Yeah. So I
Right.
drive back in, and there's only one businessman.
He's angry.
He's red faced.
Yeah.
Right.
So in my a passenger seat, of course, is my stuff, and I kind of put my backpack over the cheese.
Yeah, the snacks.
The cheese.
Right.
This
The
guy
blessing.
does not mind raffling through everything.
Okay.
Comes across can of cheese, and he's like, got it. Holds it up, and he goes, it's half empty.
No.
And I'm like, man, brother,
That's weird. Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like, look at me in the eye. Do you think I would have crushed half a can of cheese?
There's no way Josh ate that canned cheese with not got some
I'm
in his beard.
lactose intolerant, my guy.
I'm like, well, I just filled up the tank. It was empty. You know, trying to shine the light on him.
Right, yeah.
Right.
And then I'm like, I'm sorry about the cheese, whatever happened to it.
Yeah.
You can have these crackers I was eating. That was it.
Whoa.
And I booked it.
Come on.
So that was a bad experience, though.
So just to be fair, though, the company did you okay.
They didn't fill the tank up.
I
That was
see.
on the last page.
But that's on the businessman.
Yeah.
That's on the 1%ers.
Yeah.
Who kept the cheese though?
He took the cheese and the crackers.
He took your crackers?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Wolf of Wall Street
1
took
star, bro.
his cheese back
Yeah, it
and
was
kept your
sad.
crackers.
Yep.
What a blessing.
Sad times.
Super sad.
There are a few topics on our show that we revisit every so often because they're important to the culture of our state.
Right.
Go on.
Robert
Right.
the doll.
Robert the Doll.
The bone whip.
Bone
yeah,
Mazel. We talk a lot about these because, again, people like to hear about it. They're important to us. Disney is one of those topics.
Here we go.
Oh, finally.
It's been a minute since
It's
we've
been
had
a minute
Disney.
since we did.
Looks like I
Disney.
can clock back into listening.
Come on. Josh is a big Disney fan. A lot of people associate Florida with Disney, so it's a big part of our show. There is a lot about Disney, though, that people don't know about. And so we try once in a while to kind of discuss this topic and bring different perspectives to the table.
Amen.
Exactly.
Okay. Stuff people don't know. One thing that's always fascinated me personally is how busy Disney actually is after closing.
Okay.
Okay.
Like after the guests go home,
Like cleaning and resetting.
right, when the gates are closed, there are thousands of employees still working nonstop.
Thousands?
For sure. Because a huge selling point of Disney is not ruining the magic, right? They
Right.
don't want people to see things that remove them from the experience.
Hold on. Is that why the Orlando Magic is named the Orlando Magic?
That's it.
Because of Disney
Because
Magic?
of Disney.
Exactly why.
God,
Disney
they own
could-
everything.
They
Disney
own everything.
controls everything in this state. But here's the thing. They've done a great job of creating this illusion of perfection.
No.
No,
it's
it's
just
perfect.
perfection.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So here's the thing. So for example, this is how they do it. Every night, starting at 11:30 p.m., every single street, pathway, and sidewalk on the entire Disney property is washed down and swept.
Do they light this place up?
They
Like
do
a
with
city?
spotlights.
Wow.
100%. So miles of walkway every single night, starting at 11:30 p.m.,
Love it.
is cleaned. Every surface in the park is kind of checked down for. It's like a spot check, looking
Right.
for chips in the paint, stains. If they find anything remotely off, it's repainted right then and there on the spot.
That
Okay.
night. It's not like
That night. So every morning when you come in, it's fresh paint.
Oh,
Like there's
okay.
fresh paint
I
somewhere
don't think
near
I've
you.
ever noticed chip paint at Disney.
I was going to
actually.
say, to kind of put it in perspective, if you take a step back and look, when's the last time you noticed anything out of place at Disney? Like that, they're
No.
just very good at maintaining that, and they do so with this night crew. These employees that come in, and their job is perfection. Their job is making it brand new
Nice.
each and every day. Here's the thing, though: they also have a job that happens at nighttime, only at nighttime. It sounds really fun.
Okay.
That's basically getting paid to play hide and seek.
What?
Don't tease me with this.
So the job is basically your job is to try to find stowaways that have hidden in the park.
Heck
Okay.
yes. Heck
And
yes.
they also
So you're seeking.
you're seeking,
you're
but
the
they have
seeker.
some employees who have a list of potential hiding spots.
Okay.
yes.
And they go and hide in these spots to see how realistic it is for
That's
guests
so true.
to stay there. So they have
Whoa.
entire crews that come in to play hide and seek after dark to make sure that you and I don't stay behind and see the magic and see what's
Wow.
Okay, that's
going into what's
because
happening.
Somebody probably would think I could hide
I
over
could-
here. Nobody's gonna know.
Yeah.
Right, right,
I could
there's
Cape
so many
Fear.
areas.
I could Cape Fear this bus.
right.
Right.
I could hide under this bus for 12
Nobody
hours.
would ever know.
No.
They would find you. They get paid to find
We'll
you.
see.
Here's the thing. The reason why I'm sharing all of this is because it sets the backdrop for the stories, plural, that I'm going to be sharing on this
Okay.
episode.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
Spoiler.
Disney has thousands of what they call third shift after hours employees. There are so
After
many
hours.
stories of weird things happening after dark.
Go
and since
on.
our show carries some influence, thankfully,
Hello.
these employees, past and present, write into our show to tell us their experiences after dark at Disney.
Okay, live stream. If you're hearing this, that's good because it's probably not going to get past that once Disney hears.
Okay,
gonna
before
shut
we
us
go
down.
on though, Josh, where would you hide though?
Right.
This isn't going to mess you up, right?
Okay,
No,
you
no,
know
you're
the
good.
Where would you
bridge
hide if
into
you
like
were going to-
Futureland?
Right.
No,
I don't even.
Futureland.
I don't. Whatever it's called.
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland.
Right.
Same diff. I tried to get under that bridge in a crevice.
Okay.
But if you're going to hide out, though, you're going to have to stay there
need some
all night long,
stamina.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Because there's so many employees, the park's busy.
I'm gonna get
Right.
close to the water.
Tom Sawyer Island.
Okay.
You gotta
I
go to
think
the
I
island.
think once we get through these stories, you'll realize how difficult it is to stay.
You're not going to find.
I
anything.
don't think you're going to find somewhere to stay. At
Challenge
night.
accepted.
It's so busy. There's like Josh hit it on the head. There's spotlights everywhere. They
Jeez.
light up the park.
Didn't even know they existed.
They actually have a guy whose only job it is to go light it up,
No.
and the whole park lights up. No, I
Is
wish.
it Mickey?
Here's the thing. So
Mickey.
these third
Guess
shift
it-
employees,
Okay.
they have written into our show. They want our listeners to know.
Name
Right.
them by name.
Here's the thing. I was just going to say, some of them want to remain anonymous. Some of them are like, hey, I don't give a crap. Say my name.
Word.
But we don't want to lose our sources, so
Okay.
we're not going to say
Right.
any names.
Nice.
We're going to keep it all
Just
anonymous.
badge numbers.
Right, exactly. So our first story was sent in a little while back. It comes to us from an overnight Disney employee who was hired in a janitorial capacity
Okay.
back in
Okay.
2015.
Nice.
Wow.
They said their job was very simple. Starting at midnight, they had 3 bathrooms to clean. That's it.
How many bathrooms do you think there are?
At
It's gotta be
Disney, hundreds.
hundreds, right?
So this person's job,
3
top
bathrooms.
to bottom, just before sun came up, clean these 3 bathrooms.
I mean,
How big are these bathrooms?
They're pretty big
They're
bathrooms.
big
I would
bathrooms,
guess,
but 7
still.
hours.
Yeah.
And I think that what the idea behind it is, they
Yeah.
want it so clean and so perfect.
Are you
There's no
scrubbing it with a
excuses.
toothbrush?
You got 7 hours to clean only 3 bathrooms. They better be perfect when the sun comes up.
I get it.
And so this is person's job. That's what they're doing. They say the job is very chill, pretty easy, but weird things started happening.
Oh gosh.
About a year into the position, they were trained to put their cart of cleaning supplies kind of right at the entrance to the bathroom.
Yeah. Let the employees know, like, don't pee here.
Right.
Yeah, don't come in here. This one's being cleaned.
Right.
At about midnight, 1 in the morning, about an hour into the shift, they would come back to their cart to always find something missing. And at first, they were like, well, okay, maybe.
Yeah, but it's Disney. Everybody's got their proper supplies. Somebody's
Right,
gonna take somebody
exactly.
else's.
Like one night, it was like a hand sweeper was taken. The next night, a bottle of cleaning solution.
Okay.
But it was stuff they had started the night off with.
Naturally.
Okay.
And then an hour into the shift, middle of the night, is missing. So the thing about it is, all these random things are getting lost. The employee felt obligated to tell the supervisor.
Of course.
But then it was like they're kind of questioning their own sanity. Like, I know I didn't lose this.
Right.
Like I had it and now it's gone. So there's this hesitation because you don't want to sound crazy, but you also don't want to get like another employee in trouble.
Of course.
So fortunately, they weren't the only one this was happening to.
Okay.
One night, over the janitorial walkie-talkie system,
No.
a supervisor relayed a message that said that multiple employees were having items taken from their cleaning carts. And the supervisor went on to say, hiding supplies from other crew members, even as a joke, was breaking the rules, and the cast member would be fired and charged with theft if they
Okay.
found out who was doing
Jeez.
it.
I love it.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
No one came forward.
Well,
like no one's
naturally.
after that, no
Yeah.
one's going to be like, oh, I'm the one taking it.
Yeah, of
But it
course.
kept happening.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
After the threat, the stuff is still going missing from
Yeah.
multiple employees.
Such a random thing to
it's not usually not
go
worth
missing.
it.
No,
Right.
so it's been going on for a while at this point until one night, the culprits, plural, were caught red-handed.
What?
At approximately 4 a.m, a manager was walking right off Main Street,
Hold on.
USA.
A cleaning crew that's selling cleaning supplies
We'll
out
see.
the back door.
We'll see. A manager was walking down Main Street, USA, where he spotted not one, not two, but a family of 6 otters.
What?
Carrying cleaning supplies.
Tell us the
across
real
park.
story, though.
Yeah.
Don't-
Can you start over and tell us the
So,
truth?
The manager follows the otters into
Okay.
a wooded area near Tomorrowland,
Yeah.
where he not only found their den, but he found approximately 4 dozen pieces of cleaning supplies.
What did I say?
That
Where
they-
did I say I would hide? near
tomorrow.
the water.
That is true.
Holy
Thank you.
crap.
In a beaver den, I
Here's the
believe I
thing.
said.
Here's
Yeah,
the
he
thing. The otters had made a home
Uh-huh.
in the woods outside of Tomorrowland,
Yep.
and were just randomly every night collecting cleaning supplies from cleaning carts.
They're a curious
Lord.
bunch.
So they are curious animals.
But they're not drinking bleach though.
Well, they weren't. None of them were open, thankfully. They were just piling it like
Okay.
in their home, in their den.
Decorating.
They're just trying to, they're trying to cause enough annoyance to kick Disney off their land.
Right, 100%. We were
Okay.
here first. So
Right.
the animals were safely relocated
Oh,
that means killed.
to an to another piece of Disney property.
Go on.
Busch Gardens.
A
Beaver
location,
Town.
a location where they would be less of a nuisance.
Right.
And an employee-wide apology was issued the following evening.
we're so sorry that we blamed you for something that
Yeah.
an
That
otter
otters did.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was beavers.
otters.
Otters.
No one said otters.
I
You
always
said
think
beavers, and I
beaver.
ignored you. But here's the thing, though. It went
I'm all
from
about beavers.
there's a massive prank going on, which is kind of annoying, to no, a family of otters was hijacking the cleaning carts,
Right.
which is absolutely insane.
God, I'd pay money to watch a beaver push a
here's-
janitorial cart down Main Street, USA.
I know, but here's the thing, though. I would have loved to have been the manager who has been made aware, hey, there's this prank going on, whatever.
Right.
Could you imagine being the manager and seeing the otters carrying it and going, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, this is like, whatever. No one's going to believe
They're
me.
like, I need to write it up.
Yeah, I know. So story number 2 comes straight from the mouth of a Disney Imagineer.
Okay.
God, I'm jealous.
Oh, these are
of
the
that.
big dogs.
These are the big dogs. If you aren't familiar with Imagineers, they are the guys. I actually wrote big dogs in my notes.
No way.
I did.
What?
Yeah.
You did it, bro.
Cameron
You
did it,
your
bro.
First show.
My first time.
I know. So Disney Imagineers, they are the big dogs behind the scenes who are designing animatronics. They're
Yeah.
building the rides. They are the creative force behind the Disney parks.
Cool.
They're bringing it to life.
Cool.
So this particular Disney Imagineer, he called me with this story a few weeks ago. They are still employed with Disney, so we're not going to say their name.
Okay.
And they were
Steve.
one of the primary designers for the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
nice.
But that's a big
Yeah.
team. It wasn't
That's
like
a big
it
deal.
wasn't like 3 people. So
No. Good luck guessing who it is.
right. So this happened back in 2004.
Wow.
Okay, but one evening after hours,
After.
while doing general maintenance, they received 3 different radio calls from 3 different staff members about what was being called paranormal activity in the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction.
There's got to be code for that, like
Right.
over Disney Talk, so like other employees don't get freaked out.
I know.
Yeah, like code
667 is
that-
like ghost.
Wow, that
ghost
was kind
code.
of first. That was really quick,
It
right?
was weird.
I,
Yeah.
I have sources, okay?
Okay.
All right, so they get word there's paranormal activity in the Caribbean attraction. So the ride had been powered down, and spotlights were being used to illuminate the area so they could make repairs to the boats
Right.
on the ride. Now this ride is a water-based ride. You're on a boat. It's on a track.
Oh, it's
Yep.
great.
It's a
It's
lot
okay.
of fun. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a
now
river.
it's got what's his name?
Yeah,
Johnny Depp.
Okay, yeah, I don't like it anymore.
Well, it's a river ride indoors, right? Kind of spooky pirates. Now, these staff members are claiming that even though there's 0 power going to the ride, there's no power on, the water in one particular section keeps moving as if the motors are on. And
Okay.
so they're calling in and going, hey, there's no power, but the water's moving.
We have moving water.
There's something in
Yeah,
the water.
weird.
Something's
Oh,
going
that's
on.
scary. I'm done. I'm
That's
out.
not what you want to hear in the middle of the night.
Did you
from
check
an
for
employee.
otters?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Some otters have been stealing something. This was years before the otters, but no, yeah, but there's something in the water
Right.
though.
Yeah.
So this Imagineer,
Yeah.
our source, they go and to investigate it. Sure enough, there's no power on, and the water is moving in this one section, like drastically moving. And what they discover, in my opinion, is way worse than anything paranormal. Somehow, live water moccasins
Oh,
What?
God.
had
No
found their way,
freaking way.
into the river on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. So we're talking
No.
enough snakes to make it appear like the water was
like
moving.
the worst snake
Yeah.
in Florida.
They're poisonous.
Yeah.
They're absolutely poisonous.
they're
That ride,
aggressive,
you
though,
can
too.
like reach in the water and go.
I was just
splash.
gonna say, if you're
Yeah.
like me, when I'm on that ride, because it's a slow paced ride,
Yeah.
my hand's in the water.
Well, I go. Is this real water or Disney
Splash.
magic?
But that's what I'm saying is
Pull
like
a
how
snake
many
up.
thousands of guests
Yeah.
had their hands in the water like that week, not realizing there are just hundreds of water moccasins
That's insane.
Gross.
in the water, like
Ugh.
beneath them
And
at all
they're
times.
aggressive, dude. They will come after you.
Here's
They
the thing.
hate fingers.
That
They hate
same
fingers.
That same time, that same era, there were snakes found in It's a Small World as well.
Why
Okay.
so many
Which is
snakes?
also water-based wide. So this is the excuse that was given. Apparently, The explanation is that it's not a closed system. So parts of it actually run outside into natural water systems.
Yeah.
Meaning that snakes can very likely get in.
Yeah.
Because that's how they keep the ride clean.
Oh,
so
fresh.
but now
Yeah.
this is the thing. In 2004, now you've got hundreds of moccasins in there that
That's
are poisonous.
insane.
So many so that the water is moving. Like that's crazy.
Gross.
So supposedly there were some protections put into place to keep this from happening.
Well,
but
like no water moccasin signs.
yeah, keep out.
Now, here's my issue with it. Okay?
Written in Slytherin.
Disney,
Oh, nice.
Disney wants to keep everything authentic, right?
Right.
Okay.
Listen, this is a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Pirate ships don't go in fresh water. Moccasins only live in fresh water.
Oh,
That's
my
I don't
gosh.
mind that there's water snakes in there. My issue
It's authenticity.
is the salt water versus the fresh water deal.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's a
so-
big hang up for you.
Exactly. If we're gonna have snakes in the water, make sure that there's salt water. Now I'm upset because apparently there's fresh water on the Pirates of the Caribbean
yeah.
ride, which
It
But
loses
on the
its
bright
magic.
side, at
it
least you-
totally loses magic
Yeah,
for me.
I get it.
On the bright side, at least you know you can drink it now.
Exactly.
Well,
That's a little bit of a
I
bright
don't
side.
know if that's still you
But
can drink salt
I
water.
get thirsty on that ride.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. This is the last story. This happened after dark, way back in 1985.
All these after
Okay.
darks are scary.
I know. This story actually made national news, but it was sent in from a former cast member who was present and saw it happen live in 1985.
Okie dokie.
So shortly after 9 p.m., the last of the guests at Magic Kingdom were leaving the park, heading to a Disney resort.
Yep.
They were on the last monorail ride for the evening before the rails were going to be shut down for nightly maintenance.
Yeah, and then they clean the rails,
100%.
paint the rails.
So this particular monorail was heading from the park to a Disney resort on the property when a maintenance man on the ground saw something disturbing.
Bouquet.
Now, if you aren't familiar with the monorails, they're up in the sky, like 3 stories. in the
Yeah,
sky,
they're
right?
up there. They're high.
This monorail or this maintenance man's on the ground. He sees the monorail go by him over his head, and he runs to a payphone and calls 911 because the back car of the monorail is completely on fire.
Oh, okay.
And no one seems to notice. Like the
Okay.
monorail is just minding its own business, cruising through the sky.
Ideally, there should be a fire monitoring system.
Somebody at least
Right.
going, hey,
Sprinkler
it's
system
on
or
fire
something.
back there.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Water
Here's a-
moccasin spitting at the water. At the
Well, that's
fire.
the thing. Is the monorails are one of the main forms of transportation at Disney World,
Easily.
and they're so high. Like they market it as the railway in the sky,
Right. Yeah.
right? So now the caboose is on fire.
Get 'em.
No one
Listen
seems
to that
know.
knowledge.
I know. Train knowledge. Train guy. So Disney, they have their own emergency services. So when this employee calls 911, it doesn't go to like Orlando police. It goes to like Disney police and
Okay.
fire.
Right.
They've got their own people. They're the first ones to
DFD.
respond. DFD.
Yeah.
Right. So when they call, the police radio the monorail traffic control board. And they radio the captain of that monorail, and they go, "Hey, my guy, your back car's on
Yeah.
fire.
Your caboose. They said.
Your caboose is on fire." Like no one seems to know that.
And he's like, yeah, I had jalapeno dip earlier.
Yeah,
hot
he's like,
caboose.
"You're
He's
telling
like,
me, Mister." So they bring the monorail to a halt, and they notify the passengers. And I kid you not, this
Yeah.
is what happened. They tell the passengers, "Hey, look, we're on fire. We're gonna need you to push out your windows and climb to the
No.
top of the monorail."
What?
I think that's
The monorail is at capacity. There are
What?
200 guests on this monorail, 3
Wow.
stories high, and they're being told, "You, women, children, everybody, push your windows out, climb to the top, or you're going to be toast."
I can't climb. Well, doesn't fire go up?
So it's either you get toast or you fall down 3 stories.
I think they were worried about smoke inhalation
Oh,
more so
true,
than
true.
the actual
Okay.
flames. Here's the thing:
He
so
always gets us.
they do it. They push the windows out. They climb.
Good.
Yeah.
Miraculously, 200 people on board. Not a single person was hurt.
What?
Who came and rescued?
Well, the
him?
National Rock Climbing Team was on board, so
No,
they
well,
had no
it was,
problem.
so Disney police and fire show up. They aid in the escape, and it does say that the people who were on board were rewarded handsomely
Yeah.
for the trouble that they went
Oh, they
through.
said ham sandwiches.
They were given.
with easy cheese.
Are you kidding me?
You
Ham
guys-
sandwich?
Hey, I know you guys
Disney
have had a
stuff
rough
With spray
night.
cheese on it?
Here's one.
Here's a ham sandwich.
Oh, it's
for your-
cubed ham too.
for your entire
Sorry.
family.
Oh my God.
They're like, hey, we know for a fact this is from the salad bar. No,
That's
they
all
were,
that was open.
they were all rescued. This employee was on the ground, and they were saying how terrifying it was to be helpless in this situation, to
Right,
see it happening, you can't do anything. Luckily, crew came through.
Bro,
saved-
I better be jumping in Mickey's arms if I'm jumping.
100%.
Don't get me goofy.
Yeah, I want to jump in Minnie's arms.
That was my goofy impression when he catches you. Here's the thing, though. So, needless to say, working at Disney can be exciting. But if you're thinking about applying for a job, you need to make sure you're going for the after dark positions.
After hours.
Well, because it sounds like, think about it. Yeah. Worst case scenario, you're cleaning 3 bathrooms for 7 hours.
Right.
Best case scenario, you're rescuing a caboose on fire.
You're playing hide and seek all night.
Playing hide and seek
you're handing out ham
Disney
sandwiches.
World.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: there's no shortage of Disney stories. We love doing Disney episodes. But if you're listening now and you're one of those employees, or you go, look, I know you guys maintain, my identity. You're not going to share it. You want to write in, share your stories. We want to know them. We want to share it with our listeners. We love you guys. And listen, you can email us at fmofm.com.
Yep.
That's where you can send Josh your letters.
Right.
You can send Cameron your headlines.
Yeah. Yes.
Send me your Disney stories. Our social media is FMOFM Podcast. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the important stuff. Yeah. Listen, episode 132, we did it.
Finally.
And if you missed on Monday, we put out the social episode.
We did.
2 with Chemical Kim.
That was probably one of our favorite episodes.
It was a highlight for this
favorite
whole
episodes
podcast
recorded
journey.
in a library with a chemist.
100%.
With fire.
When you're done listening to this particular episode, go back, listen to the social episode 2, Chemical Kim. Josh got caught on fire in that episode.
On fire, but we gave him a ham sandwich as payment.
Yeah.
And he was fine.
It was so good. We love you.
Turns out I'm flammable.
Are you?
Yeah.
I've known you were hot for a while.
Get it, boy.
You got that hot caboose, am I right?
Come on, amen. Love you guys. See ya.